When it comes to verboten communication, we all know we're supposed to avoid using any language or imagery that's deemed racist, sexist, ageist, homophobic, Islamophobic, etc., etc., etc. But because this is indeed 2017, apparently we must also avoid using the double entendre too, because, well, even a play on words can trigger Generation Snowflake. Hard to believe what sort of trite stuff the perpetually offended find terribly offensive these days. The latest example comes via a billboard advertisement promoting the Jack Astor's restaurant chain. As you can see, the ad depicts a photo of two fishbowl cocktails. The copy reads, quote, "We like 'em big and round," end quote. Now, maybe that ad makes you chuckle, maybe it strikes you as corny or even distasteful, but at the end of the day, it's just an ad. What's more, it's an ad being run by a restaurant chain that embraces a logo of a donkey that's looking over its buttocks. So clearly, Jack Astor's dines out on being sassy. But in this day and age of political correctness run amok, even an innocuous billboard ad sporting a double entendre is grounds for certain individuals to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Check out this story in BlogTO entitled, "Toronto Really Isn't Liking the New Jack Astor's Ad Campaign." By the way, the headline is 100% certified fake news in that it states Toronto, as in all 2.8 million citizens of Hogtown, are offended by this ad, as opposed to maybe some Torontonians, or better yet, some squeaky wheel halfwits who have way too much time on their hands. In any event, here's a smattering of the snowflake outrage. Quote, "Your advertising is disgusting. Do any of you have mothers, wives, sisters, or daughters? Watch your numbers drop," end quote. And then there was this, quote, "Hope you like your restaurants big and empty. If you haven't noticed, the world is done with sexism in the restaurant and media industries," end quote. And finally, quote, "What might have been passable in the 90s when the standard aesthetic for beer commercials was wet t-shirt contests can no longer be passed off as cheeky, it seems, particularly when the joke isn't even clever," end quote. Oh God, how I miss the 90s. Almost as much as I miss the 80s, when the virus of political correctness had yet to hit epidemic status. Speaking of the 90s, the Jack Astor's controversy brings to mind another marketing brouhaha that erupted in 1995, namely a billboard ad for Swatch that featured a woman with considerable cleavage. This imagery even prompted a petition, with one academic type weighing in, noting that not only did the model have large breasts, but they also appeared to be gravity-defying. Oh my goodness gracious, gravity-defying? Still, if memory serves, Swatch and its ad agency resisted the outrage. The billboards ran as scheduled, and lo and behold, more than 2 decades later, Swatch is still selling watches galore. But these days, it seems that companies go out of their way to appease the squeaky wheel contingency. And so it is that Jack Astor's has already stripped those billboards of that double entendre messaging, even though, unlike the Swatch ad, the Jack Astor's ads don't even feature any real-life breastage. Wait a second, did I say stripped? Stripped? I'm deeply sorry if I've offended anyone. I'm so sorry. I truly am. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Like what you just saw? Then click subscribe below and never miss another Rebel video.